Hi everybody! Happy St. Patrick's Day. You'll get to see my cool outfit in a moment. Anyway, I wanted to record today's workout because I know that the Zoom platform isn't exactly the easiest thing in the world, and I wanted to make sure that everybody had access to a workout today so that you could watch it on YouTube, which seems to be a little bit more user-friendly. The disadvantage being that it's not live, you can't ask me questions, but, at least we can get a little workout in there. All I ask before we get started is that you have your phone nearby, so if something were to happen, not that anything would, but let's just pretend that something could happen, you have an ability to call somebody for help. So just make sure you have that close by. And also, we're gonna do a little work with some hand weights. And I was thinking, what could we use around the house for hand weights? And one of the things that I found was that we could use cans of food. And lots of us have cans of food in our pantries and whatnot. So why don't you grab 2 cans of food, and we'll pretend they're about a pound each. I have garbanzo beans today, and I did weigh them, and they're just slightly over a pound each, so that'll work. But anyway, let's get started. So I've got my mat set out, I've got my garbanzo beans, and now you can see my cool little outfit. So happy St. Patrick's Day. All right, so let's get started. We'll do some arm work to begin. So I've got my hand weights, my cans of food. Of course, if you have weights in your house, feel free to use those. I was just trying to think of something that everybody might have access to. So just starting with some bicep curls. Again, remembering to make sure that we lengthen nice and slow on the way down to get the full benefit of the exercise. We're going to be curling up and down, up and down. We'll go 4 more. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. All right, let's go ahead and alternate. So we'll have 1, and 1, 1, and 1, just alternating back and forth. Good, 4 more. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Good job. Go ahead and lengthen both arms. Flip the hands upside down. So we're going to find our little T-Rex arm. So go ahead and curl it up and down and curl up and down and up and down and up. These are actually surprisingly ergonomic. So they actually feel pretty good in my hands. So for those of us who are a little achy because of all the rain, this actually might be a good choice for you. I don't know, just a thought. It's kind of weird. I'm sure people would look at you funny if you were doing this in the grocery store, but that's all right. Let them think weird thoughts. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Very good. Let's get those triceps a little bit more. So what we're going to do is find that T-Rex arm. Here, we're going to hinge forward, keeping those elbows tucked in. We'll lift those elbows up high and press back. Press back. Press back. Press back. Good. And 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Very good. Go ahead and sit up nice and tall. All right. Let's flip our weights up, palm facing up, and we'll get those rotator cuffs. So everybody bring those elbows in, keep them glued in towards the sides, keep pulling in at the armpits, opening up the arms, and close. And open, and close. Just keeping an eye on the time. Open, and close. And open, and close. 4 more. Go 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Very good. All right, let's bend at the elbows, 90-degree bend-ish. All right, we're gonna open up that chest and close it. Good, and open, and close, and open, and close, and open. 4 more. Let's go for 4, and close, and 3, and close, and 2, and close. 1 more. Let's open and close. Open 1 more time, finding our cactus shape. Now let's go ahead and drive those elbows down and back to a capital W shape. and then back up to cactus. Good, down and back, and press up, down and back, press up, down and back, press up. Let's go 4 more, and up, and 3, and up, and 2, and up. Last one, down and up. Very good. Let's go ahead and put those weights aside, and we'll get a couple stretches in first before we get onto our mat work. So let's go ahead and tip our head to the side, listening to the floor, getting a stretch across the neck here on the opposite side. Let's take a couple deep breaths here. Good. And then tip your nose to your shoulder, keeping that tilt to the side. So this time I'm getting a little bit of a stretch up here in my neck, so it's a little different spot, kind of up near my jaw. I tend to hold a lot of tension in my jaw, so I'm sure it is tight there. You might as well. Very good. Go ahead and find center with the head, and we'll do the other side. So we'll tip to the side, listening to the floor again. Let's take in a nice deep breath. Exhale that breath. Good. And then let's tip the nose to the shoulder here, just changing the stretch just a bit. We'll stay here for another breath. Very good. Okay, let's find center with the head. All right, fantastic. Let's do a little protraction and retraction of the shoulders. So we're holding our imaginary shoebox here. Let's go ahead and reach forward, separating those shoulder blades in the back. And then draw those shoulder blades together, keeping those arms nice and long. Good, again, reaching forward. And then draw those arms back, plugging those arms back into the sockets. Good, reach forward, let those shoulder blades separate. And then bring them together again. 2 more. Reach. Plug them in. Last one. Reach. And back. Very good. Arms come down. Let's do some shoulder rolls. If you want to make them a little bit bigger, feel free to bring your fingertips to your shoulders. I'm nursing a bit of a shoulder injury, so my left shoulder is going to stay probably here, but if you want to take it a step further, you can always do the full arm circle. The right shoulder seems to be okay on me, but not my left, so I blame the fish. You guys know about the fish, so I blame the fish for that one. Okay, good. Let's roll the opposite direction. It's Pilates, got to go both ways, right? If you want to make it a little bit bigger, maybe you bring your fingertips to the shoulders, flap those wings. Maybe take that full arm circle. Again, I'm not doing it with my left side. That's why it looks a little funny and imbalanced, but that's all right. Nobody can see me except you and everyone else who finds this. So funny. Okay, fantastic. So let's warm up our wrists a little bit. It's something I often forget, but it's something that I need to do a little bit more often. So I'm just gonna come off my knees for a minute, just give my knees a little break. And let's go ahead and clasp the hands, start to roll those in a circle. Pardon me, I've got the yawns this morning. Very good. And maybe make some waves. Maybe try to go the opposite direction. That always feels really weird. That's okay. All right, now let's go ahead and take the palms and press them away from us, bending at the wrists. I'd rather you bend there than at the fingers. So I'm flexing my wrists. Actually, this is technically extension of the wrists. Sorry about that. Really giving them a stretch backwards. Good. Now let's go ahead and bend the elbows. We'll flip the fingers. And this time I'm going to be bending at the wrists with my fingers pointing out instead of my palms. And at the same time, I want to try to pull my fingers apart as if I was actually going to yank them apart, but I'm going to prevent that from happening just to enjoy the stretch across the backside of my shoulders and neck, which can be quite nice. All right, and let's relax there. Okay, so let's get our lower back a little bit more warmed up. So I'm gonna move up back to my mat over here. Let me get my cans out of the way. Okay, so we're gonna do some pelvic tilts. I'm gonna go ahead and face sideways so you guys can keep an eye on me. And basically, we're just gonna pretend we have this is our tailbone poking into the mat right now. And we're gonna pretend that we can actually rock that tailbone forward as we kind of sink back. Good. And then we'll sit up tall. If there's any concerns for low bone density, aka osteopenia or osteoporosis, this movement is small enough that it's safe for those conditions as well. So no worries there. This is good for just about everybody. Good. We're tipping that tailbone forward and then back underneath us. Forward and underneath. Let's do 2 more. Down and up. And last one. Down and up. Okay, now we're going to draw circles with the pelvis. You may see me move, but it's only slightly. I mean, I don't get to move very much when I'm just doing the pelvis. This is way different than doing hip circles. So it's just moving the pelvis in a circle. I kind of pretend I'm shifting the weight between the sits bones, the tailbone, and my pubic bone, though my pubic bone doesn't touch when I do this. I just imagine it could. Good, go the opposite way. That can sometimes be pretty difficult, so I need to concentrate on that one. You might as well. 2 more. 1 and 2. Okay, great. Let's warm up our spine a little bit more and get those abdominals fired up. So I've got my hands behind my thighs. I'm lifting away from my pelvis to lengthen my spine as much as possible. Let's take a big inhale here, and exhale, we're gonna hinge back just until our arms straighten. Good. Inhale back here, and then exhale, lift back up on top of those sits bones. Again, inhale, and exhale, let's hinge back. Good, inhale back here, and exhale, lifting up tall. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, and exhale. Good, inhale here, and exhale, lift. Good, last one, inhale, and exhale. Good job, inhale here, and let's do some marching. Exhale, lift one leg to tabletop. Inhale, lower. Exhale the other leg. Inhale, lower. Exhale, switch. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Great. Inhale here. Exhale, lifting up nice and tall. Great job. All right, 2 options for stretches here. You can do the butterfly, where you bring the soles of the feet together. You can flap your wings, or you can use your elbows to press down. If that's not your cup of tea, that's okay. Lengthen out the legs, cross one leg over the other, and we're gonna turn towards that bent knee. Take a nice deep breath in here. Exhale that breath. 1 more, inhale. And exhale, go ahead and release. We'll switch sides if you're doing the twist. Go ahead and switch. Take 2 deep breaths. Good, and exhale, release. Okay. Once again, let's bend our knees, bringing our hands behind our thighs. Time to try some balance back there. So let's lengthen that spine, lifting up nice and tall. Inhale, exhale, hinging back. Good, let's bring one foot up and then the other. Good, we're gonna hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. One foot down and then the other. Come up nice and tall. Good job. All right, cool. Let's do some hundreds. Don't worry, we're not going to go all the way to 100, but I want to keep your guys' abdominals nice and strong so that when we get back together, we're going to go for that 100. All right, so let's sit up nice and tall, hands behind the thighs. If you want to bring your feet up, it is optional. Feel free. If you want to bring them down halfway through to take a little break, but keep doing the hundreds, fine with me. If you need a challenge, straighten those legs. That is harder. All right, so let's sit up nice and tall. Inhale, exhale, hinging back. Good. All right, let's bring one foot up. Let's bring the other foot up. All right, let's pump. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and smile, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost there, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, last set, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, grab behind the thighs, pull yourself up nice and tall, and do a stretch. My favorite is this one where I get to have our hands back and rock our knees side to side. You may have a different favorite one. Pick whatever is your favorite. You earned it. After those 80 pumps, that was awesome. I know you guys always ask me how many we did. We did 80, that was awesome. Hopefully, I'll keep you guys in shape so that when I get back together, we'll go all the way to the 100. Okay, bring your hand weights with you and recline onto your back. We won't use the hand weights right away, so actually I'm gonna put them off to the side so they don't get in the way of the video, but go ahead and recline onto the back. Okay, so bring your feet close to your sits bones. Separate the feet about hip width distance. So, yay big, not too far. All right, arms are long by the sides, and head, neck, and shoulders are nice and relaxed. Let's go ahead and press up into our first bridge. Inhale here, exhale, press and lift up into that bridge. Good, inhale, and then exhale, lower. Good, let's go again. Inhale, exhale, lift. Great job, inhale, and then exhale, lower. Let's do two more. Inhale, and exhale, lift. Great, inhale, and exhale, lower. All right, let's do some tricks up there. Inhale, exhale, lift. Okay, so we'll do our hip dips while we're up here. Let's dip that left hip down 1 inch. Inhale, exhale, lift. Let's do the right hip. Dip and lift. Inhale, left hip, dip and lift. Now the right hip, dip and lift. Let's do two more. And dip and lift. Last one. Dip and lift. Good. Inhale and then exhale. Lower down. Awesome work. Good. Go ahead and grab those knees, pull them in towards your chest. You can rock side to side. You can rock front to back or in a circle. Whatever feels good in your body, please do that. Okay, so let's grab our weights. Got one weight in each hand here. And we'll start with that protraction and retraction that we did during our warm-up. So go ahead and press those weights up towards the ceiling really, really hard, letting those shoulder blades kind of pop up and back. And then go ahead and let the shoulder blades rest down onto the mat. Again, let's press on up. Good, and then lower down. One more time. Let's press on up. Let those shoulder blades pop up off the mat. Good job. And lower down. Okay, keeping the shoulder blades anchored, let's go ahead and lower one arm down towards the floor. And then exhale, bring it back up to the ceiling. Let's do the other arm. Lower and lift. Now the goal here is not to actually touch the floor. That's not the goal. The goal here is to keep the spine in neutral while you do it. If I were to actually lower so much that I touch the floor, my back starts to lift off the mat to try to do it. So that's definitely not something that we want to do. So we want to keep our spine nice and neutral. I want to be able to keep those ribs knitted together in the front and move my arms. A little harder that way. Good. Let's do 2 more. And down and up. Last one. Down and up. Okay, from here, we're going to open our arms to a V shape, so about 45 degrees on both sides. And then let's go ahead and close them back together. Good. Again, let's open and close. One more just like this. Open and close. Pause here. We're going to continue with the same arm motion, and we're going to press up into a bridge as we open the arms. Ready? Here we go. Let's exhale, lift, open the arms, and go ahead and inhale. Exhale, close the arms and lower the pelvis. Again, inhale. Exhale, lift. Open those arms. Good, inhale here. And exhale, close the arms, lower the pelvis. Let's do 2 more. Ready? Inhale. Exhale, lift and open. Inhale to stay. And then exhale, lower and close. Let's do 1 more. And go ahead and lift on up. Open those arms. Good. Inhale here. And exhale, close the arms, lower the pelvis. All right, let's bring the weights down for just a moment. We're going to come back to those. Let's go ahead and bring 1 leg at a time up to tabletop. So 1 and 2. Okay, so ideally with the tabletop, you want a 90-degree bend at the hip and at the knee. So sometimes when I see in classes, people are out here, some people are here. So try to keep that 90 degrees. And because you're in your apartment doing this, maybe go in front of a long mirror and you can see yourself. That's an option. All right, so let's go ahead and open our arms just slightly bigger than by our side so we have a little bit of extra support. And we'll do some pendulum swings. Let's go ahead and tip our knees over to one side. We're going to inhale and then exhale, bring it back. And let's go to the other side. Tip and exhale, center. Again, let's tip and center and tip and center. 2 more. Tip and center. Last one. Tip and center. Okay, now we're going to keep the same shape of the leg in tabletop, but we're just going to lower that whole leg down towards the floor. Inhale, and then exhale, lift it back up. Other leg, let's lower and lift. Oftentimes what I see is this. That's easy. This is harder. Go ahead and lower that whole leg. And lift. Good. Other side, lower and lift. Let's do 2 more. Lower. Exhale, lift. Last one. Lower and lift. Good job. Let's bring 1 foot down and then the other. Great. Let's go ahead and stretch out those feet. And we're going to rock those feet side to side like windshield wipers, just to give the femur heads a chance to rotate in the sockets just a little bit. Taking a couple of deep breaths here, just relaxing. I don't know how it is at URC, but today the sun is trying to peek out over at my house, so that's kind of nice. Okay, once again, let's bend those knees. All right, I'm gonna grab my weights. Okay, so remember the original arm motion. We're lifting the arm up overhead, down towards the floor, and then back up, and then the other one. Good, so get started with the arms, and then we're gonna bring 1 leg at a time up to tabletop. 1 and 2. Okay, now we're gonna get our legs involved. So opposite arm, opposite leg. So we're going to stretch away from each other, reaching out, and then we're gonna exhale, bring it back to center. Let's do the other side. And stretch away from each other, and back to center. Again, stretch away, and back to center. And switch, stretch away, back to center. Let's do 2 more, one on each side. Stretch, and back to center, and stretch, and back to center. Good job. Go ahead and bring one arm down, then the other, then bring one foot down, and then the other. Good. Rock those knees side to side a couple of times. I'm going to go ahead and place my weights off to the side, and let's go ahead and roll onto our side now. Now, the beauty of you being in your own place is that you probably have access to pillows and all sorts of fun things that you can use for comfort. So feel free to use any of those items. Now, let's start in our fetal position. Knees and hips are stacked on top of each other. And let's take that top arm and we'll reach it out in front of us here. We're going to do some twisting. So, following the fingers with your gaze, go ahead and lift up towards the ceiling. Inhale. And then exhale, twist behind you. Great. Inhale, back up to the ceiling. And then exhale, close to the front. Again, let's lift up. Inhale. And then exhale, twist. Great. Inhale, back up. And then exhale, close. Let's do 2 more. Lifting up. Inhale. And then exhale. We're going to twist. Good. Inhale, lift. And then exhale, close. Last one. And lifting on up. And exhale, twist. Inhale, up. And exhale, close. Great. Take that top hand, just bring it to your hip or waist. Let's go ahead and lift both feet up towards the ceiling. Keeping the feet together, we're going to open our knees and close the knees. And open and close. Inhale, open, exhale, close. Inhale, open, exhale, close. Let's go for 4 and 3 and 2. 1 more, open and close. Set the feet down. Good job. Go ahead and straighten that top leg out so it's about hip height. Flexing the foot, and we're going to draw circles with the heel. So really use that heel, reaching towards that opposite wall, and see if you can create a little space underneath you, between you and the mat, by really reaching that leg nice and long. That is a lot harder to maintain, and I feel a ton of abs turn on doing that. So hey, it's a twofer. Gotta love that. Let's rotate the leg in the opposite direction. Being mindful to keep the hips and pelvis still, right? So no Elvis pelvis, no wiggles. Keep moving. 3, 2, 1. Turn the toes up. We're going to do some leg lifts here. Lift it up. Lower down. Lifting up. Lower down. And lift up. And down. And lift up. And down. 4 more. Let's go 4. And down and lift 3. And down and lift 2. And down. Last one. Up and down and rest. Good. Now, if you want to take a little stretch here, go ahead and lengthen out both legs. If your shoulders aren't bugging you, go ahead and lengthen out both arms. I'm using my bottom hand to kind of tug on my top arm for a little extra stretch. And let's see if we can stretch our torso so much that we regain all those missing inches back. A couple deep breaths here. All right, good. Let's make our way to the other side. So you can do it by rolling over or flipping or sitting up, whatever works for you. It's fine with me. All right, we'll start with our rotation. So knees and hips are stacked on top of each other. I'm going to lengthen that top arm out in front of me, and keep your eyes on your fingers as you lift up. Inhale, and then exhale, twist behind you. Good. Inhale, lift, And then exhale, close to the front. Again, lifting up. And exhale, twist. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Let's do 2 more. And lift it up. And open to the back. Lifting up. And close to the front. 1 more. Lifting up. And open. Lifting up. And close. Great. Take that hand, bring it to the hip or waist. We'll keep the feet together as we lift them up towards the ceiling, and we'll open and close our knees. Ready? Open and close, and open and close. Inhale, open, exhale, close. Inhale, open, exhale, close. Let's go for 4 and 3 and 2. 1 more. Open and close. Set the feet down. Great. Lengthen out that top leg so it's about hip height. Start to draw circles with that heel so we've got our foot flexed. Everything on my torso is nice and still, right? Same with you. So make sure the circles are small, and then reach a little farther with that leg. Try to touch that opposite wall to create that space underneath you. Kind of hard to see with this crazy shirt on, I know, but if you're reaching with that foot, you may feel a little air underneath you. That's okay. All right, rotate the opposite direction if you haven't already switched. Good. Keep breathing. 3, 2, 1. Rotate those toes up, and we're going to lift and lower the leg. Lift it up and down. Lifting up and down. Lift up and down. Lift it up and down. 4 more. Let's go. 4 and down. Lift. 3 and down. Lift it. 2 and down. Last one. Up and down. Very good. Set that leg down. All right. Lengthen out both legs. We'll have the same stretch on this side. If you want to take both arms overhead, that's up to you. But let's lengthen that torso so much. We regain all those missing inches back. Couple deep breaths here. Good. Inhale and exhale, rolling right onto the belly now. We're going to do some extensor work here. So I got my hands on the mat, about at the same level where my shoulders are. I want you to float your face away from the mat. Keep the feet quiet. They all want to pop up, but let's keep them nice and quiet on the mat. And everybody press your pubic bone down into the mat to lengthen the lower spine and lift the abdominals slightly just to protect our lumbar spine. All right, from here, I want you to go ahead and lift the head, neck, and shoulders up, looking over the edge of your mat, and then exhale, lower. Good. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Let's do 2 more. And inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Last one. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Great job. Go ahead and press yourself back into a child's pose rest. So really pressing backwards, drop the head, lengthen the spine. And just take a couple deep breaths here. Child's pose isn't my stretch, so I'm doing my version of it. Good. Inhale and exhale. I'm going to give you 2 options. We're going to do planks. You can do planks on your forearms, or you can do planks on your hands. So it's kind of up to you where you're feeling today. I'm going to do them on my forearms because, again, my shoulder is not too great. I'm blaming the fish. The fish did it. So I'm gonna do it on my forearms today. You're welcome to do that or hands. Okay, so let's get set up for success here. We're gonna bring our forearms or hands onto the mat. I want to get the sink out of my shoulders, so I'm gonna press away from the mat to activate the back side of my shoulders, lifting my upper back towards the ceiling. Okay, now from here, I'm gonna go ahead and pull my belly button up towards my spine, go ahead and set one foot back, then the other, and lower my hips. Good, we're gonna hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and one foot down and then the other. Sit up nice and tall. Shake out those wrists if you are on your hands. We're gonna do another set of those. So if you wanna try hands this time and you did forearms last time or vice versa, feel free. It's up to you. If you're feeling it, go for it. It's all good. Okay, so once again, let's bring our forearms to the mat. Let's go ahead and press away from the mat so that we got that shoulder girdle activated. All right, let's go ahead and curl one set of toes back and then the other. Lower those hips. You're in one big long line. We're gonna count for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and bring one foot down and then the other. Great job. Shake out those wrists if you are on them. They can get real sore. Okay. Normally we would do some standing work at the bar, and I don't really have a bar in my house. So what I was gonna suggest is find a wall or something that you can hold on to, like a countertop or something pretty sturdy to hang on to. Let me go ahead and tilt my camera just slightly so you guys can see me standing. Let's see if I tilted it enough. I did, oh goodness. Okay, so I've got this sturdy little shelf here that I'm gonna hold on to. That's about bar height, so that actually works out. So make your way to your feet if you haven't already. Find something sturdy to hold on to. And we'll do some balance work. So let's go ahead and bring one leg up to tabletop. And on the other leg, we're gonna lift and lower our heel. So lifting up onto the toes, lower down. Lift up, lower down. Lift up, lower down. Lift up, and down. 2 more. Lift up, and down. Last one, lift up, and down. Great job. Bring that the floating leg down, and we'll switch sides. So other leg comes up, and we'll do our lift and lower of the heel. So lift up, and down. Lift up, and down. Lift up, and down. Lift up, and down. 2 more. Lift up, and down. Last one, lift up, down. Bring that leg down. Great. Go ahead and step so that your feet are parallel, toes are pointing straight ahead. We're gonna do some squats here. Fingertip touch on whatever it is that you've decided to hold on to. Keeping the back up nice and tall. Go ahead and bend the knees and straighten the knees. And bend and straighten. Again, bend and straighten and bend and straighten. 2 more. Down and up. Last one, down and up. Good. Now we're gonna step one foot in front of the other for our squats. So for here, that back heel can pop up. That's okay. We're gonna actually kick that front foot way far forward. You'll notice I'm almost sort of doing the splits here, and both of our knees are gonna bend. So here we go. We're gonna go down and up and down and up and down and up and down and up. 4 more. Go 4 and up and 3 and up and 2 and up. Last one and down and up. All right, I'm gonna switch sides just because it's easier so I can continue to talk and not be contorted in a funky way. All right, so stepping that front foot way in the far in the front, keeping that back leg back there, toes pointing straight ahead, and lifting up that back heel. That's okay. Pressing into the toes on the back side. Let's go ahead and bend both knees down and up and down and up and down and up and down and up. 4 more. Go 4 and up and 3 and up and 2 and up. Last one. one. Down and up. Good. Bring it together. All right. Let's do a couple of deep breaths to finish. We did a really nice workout today. I miss you all. I hope you all are having a good day. So let's go ahead and cross those arms, lifting up, big yawn. And again, crossing those arms, lifting up and open. Well, have a happy Thanksgiving. Have a happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. I know it's a little bit different this year than it has been in the years past, but we'll get through this, and hopefully I will see you guys online on Thursday. Anyway, have a great day.